you're not afraid that that it can be a traumatizing experience? Can art be a traumatizing experience?
Can art be a traumatizing experience? That's a very interesting question. Yes, it can. I remember, talking about the war, I remember when I was in my early 20s, I think, I saw this very famous movie, Deer Hunter. And it really made me so scared. I had nightmares, I couldn't sleep, and it teared me apart in a not so good way. So it can give you some sort of reaction that it's not okay. But I'm not afraid. For instance, I'm not afraid of showing sex or sexual content to young people. I mean, that's part of life. I'm a little more concerned about violence in a way. Violence is much more. You can have copycats when it comes to violence. We've seen it in this awful school massacres in the United States, that they are influenced on they are influenced by movies or PC games or something like that. So that can be trouble. But I'm very, I think it's very dangerous to censor censorship. I'm really against censorship. So,
including self-censorship, then?
Of course, but you can't avoid that. That's impossible to avoid. Everybody has this internal voices as this is the limit. You have, or if you don't have this limit, you have to see a doctor. So, yeah.
I think we're touching on another kind of interesting question, which is theatre for young audiences, or I guess art for young audiences in general, but perhaps particularly theatre, is often thought of as a kind of pedagogical tool, as an extension of teaching. What is your view on that? Is there a difference between art and pedagogy? And in which case, what is that?
If you can be a better person after experience art, that's good. But to have the pedagogy as the first thing your goal with all kind of arts, I think that's very dangerous. Although there are many good plays that actually has that
origin.
Origin, yes. Like this Norwegian play, Baktus, which was made to make children in the 50s or 40s, or I don't remember, to brush their teeth, which is okay, no problem, and it still runs.
But I think with that play in particular, the interesting thing is that the guy who wrote it has chosen these two kind of bacteria in the mouth as his main characters, and they gain an enormous amount of sympathy.
Yeah, that's very interesting. The villain has the sympathy.
Yeah. Is that a flaw in a sense with this play, or is it the reason why it's become the success that it has?
It's not a flaw. No, I think it's part of the success, because we really enjoy a good villain. I mean, really, and I think that when it comes to children, talking about we all overprotect our children, and especially when it comes to art, and don't show them, you know, bad things. Don't put up a character who is bitches. No, what do you call it? Motsetningsfylte.
Well, complex, or that have different forces fighting within them.
Yes, because we believe that children has problem with that. That it's best to have straightforward characters. It's either black or white, but that can be so dull. So the really nice characters is the one who is, they have a fight and they have to choose, they have dilemmas, they have, like in real life. So I hope that my characters is close to real life, not to any pedagogic idea of what life should be.
So when you teach, then you encourage writers, even if they want to write for young audiences, to write complex characters. You're not afraid that the audience will won't be able to follow it.
No, not at all. I mean, the more complex, the better, in a way. So you can adjust it. If it's so complex that you lose the character, then you have a problem. But the complexity of a character keep you alert, and you wonder what happened next, and that is actually the drive force for us as an audience. We wonder what's happening next. And that's very important, if we start thinking or wondering what happened before, and use a lot of energy because it's too complex, then you have a problem. So it's a balance. But my experience with the students is that they are afraid of complex characters. So I try to make them see the character in a more complex way. And I always say to them that, okay, you have a list. The top, what you have made is top of the head, and probably it's good. Top of the head, it's okay because it's straight, usually without so much filter. But the first thing your first original idea, but give you self always 5 options. So I force my student to have a list and says, okay, the top of the head is very good, but give me 5 more options for that character. What is his anxiety? What is his or things that can make the character more interesting and more complex and more useful for you as a writer. Because if it's just one straightforward character who does go from 0 to 100 or whatever in a straight line, it's so boring to write.